All right, so in this unit, we are taking a look at the Fetch API, which allows you to grab data asynchronously from another server to display in your page using JavaScript. And the power of that is really nice because it allows us to have applications that are almost standalone applications on the client where you're pulling data from another server or another source via an HTTP request rather than from a database or something like that. So it gives us a lot of flexibility and the ability to use our data in different ways on an application. You can see this very simple page that I've created here. And if I look at the page source, you can see here it's got some style information and some JavaScript. You will see that between this body tag and between this body tag, the only content really is the div here that's an empty div and the div that contains the button that you can see on the screen. There's no other content on this page. So what that means is that the data is coming from somewhere else. And that's what this little block of code here does. And then this block of code is responsible for taking that JSON data and formatting that. So when I click the button to hit load data, you can see here that after a very brief pause while it goes out and fetches the data from the server, it now will load the data and display it. And if I take a look at the page element outline here, I can see now that that new div actually contains that data in HTML elements. And so the nice thing about this is that it allows you a lot of flexibility in how to use data and reuse data across your application. So for this assignment, we have something very similar. If you look at my source code here is a PHP page that is actually the target for that request and just has a static JSON string here that contains that formatted information. You can see the name and value pairs here and how that works together. So for the assignment for this module, we're actually going to target a different set of data. And I'd like you to create your own fetch call and your own interface to display this data. This is an events calendar that has an event title, location, date, start time, and end time for each event. And then you can take that data, format it accordingly, and display it on your page. But I'm going to provide you with the source code for that page, which is just like what you can see on the source there. And you can also see how to reverse engineer that using the PHP page, which really the only thing that's very useful, unless you know PHP, there is that it's showing you the structure of that JSON data. So you're going to take the new JSON data set and this set of two functions, one that's triggered by an event listener on the button, and the other that's called right here as a sub function of that. And you're going to put together your own version of that using the event listener.